All right. And we're live. Welcome to paraglidingtalk.com. I'm your host, Robert Michaels. Glad you're here. You're joined tonight with Craig Taylor. Mike Sill has joined us tonight. We're going to be talking about all things paragliding. Stay tuned. We have a great show lined up. This is an open topic night. We're going to keep it short, but I have some great stuff I want to talk about. We're going to discuss a little bit about what to expect when you are going to go to a fly-in. And I've only been to one, so I'm going to be relying on a lot of you guys that are in the chat. Everybody's starting to log in now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're a part of the greatest show on the interwebs on Thursday night at 6 p.m. to talk about paragliding. It's amazing. Doesn't it feel good to be a part of something that is so great? Paraglidingtalk.com. If you want to support the show on Patreon or PayPal, you can do that. Just go follow the links in the description. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can support something that is going to keep the sites preserved, longevity in the sport, keep us off the radar of the FAA, and it's a good community thing. So if maybe you're on probation, you get community service hours for watching this show. And no, you don't, actually. I'm just kidding. Do check out our sponsors, ppgsmoke.com. PPG Smoke is one of our sponsors. They gave away a whole bunch of stuff over the years. They donated close to $10,000 worth of stuff. Just recently, Ryan Roberts released he sent me a text. He says, listen, I'm giving away 2 motors. And I'm like, wait, what? 2 motors? Put me on that list. And he said that what's going on is he is going to be releasing this headset. And so if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. But the website is ppgsmoke.com. He's giving away a Simonini 140 and a Simonini 250. So you can pre-order that. If you pre-order the headset, it's called the Unity headset. And if you get a hold of one of those, your name gets put in. And if you are already a pre-order person, your name is already in the wheel. And then once he reaches his goal of 100 sales, which I think he's at like 70 something. So he's really close. Once he hits that 100 mark, then he's going to give away the first motor. And then once he hits the second goal, he's going to give away the 250. And so go check out the website, ppgsmoke.com. Check out the Unity headset. Also, this show is brought to you by paramotorprops.com. If you're looking to get great deals on props, go check out the website. Best deals on the interwebs. That is paramotorprops.com. Also, this show is brought to you by Nebraska PPG. Josh Bowden and his team have a great place in Nebraska to teach you how to fly. If you want to check out their link in the description and get a hold of Josh, he's an awesome guy. There's all kinds of good stuff in store for you. If you want to get involved in flying, I encourage you, check out some of the past episodes on our website, paraglidingtalk.com. And maybe you're driving, maybe you're on the road. Hello, love of my life. Why don't you just have one of these kids deliver it to me, since you don't want to be on the interwebs? There you go. Every once in a while, she just doesn't want to be on the interwebs. Thank you, son. Thank you, sir. Cheers. So, yeah, my day has been out of control, nonstop freight trade. And so, anyways, this show came together last second. If you're wondering why nothing came together until the last second, that is because it was literally last second. My computer crashed yesterday or 2 days ago, and had all kinds of problems trying to reload stuff, I'm not a computer person really. And so I'm searching on using an iPad to search the interwebs, try to figure out what do I have to do here? Anyways, I figured it out right at the last second. And so here we are, live on the internet. Want to start off the show by first saying thank you to everybody who's been supporting the show. Everybody who's been contributing to the super chat and kicking down stuff, whether it's time or maybe you're sending sending stuff. John Adams, he runs an embroidery. It's called JK Custom Embroidery, and he makes these wooden framed flags. And I want you to see this because it's super cool. But anyways, he sent me one of these, and it says my name on there. Got a free flight pilot thing on here. Anyways, go to his website or go check out the link in the description for his website. I think you just reach out to him on Facebook to get a hold of one of these, but they're $130, and maybe you want to gift somebody something. It's a super cool thing to do. So that's JK Custom Embroidery, JK Custom Carves on Facebook, and the link is in the description. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for logging on. I see everybody starting to chime in, starting to log in. Glad that you're here. Welcome. I want to encourage everyone that has been supporting the show and contributing. We've got some stuff. I don't want to call it merch. I guess it's merchandise, but we've got some stuff. We're not going to sell them, but we're going to give them away. So tonight I'm going to give away one of these hats. Actually, Craig Taylor got these made for us, custom made hats. This is a flex fit hat, and I'm pretty excited about these. Pretty cool. So tonight, one of you guys are going to win those. Now, the only thing is we have to kind of shift gears and do something different tonight, because Sean is not with us tonight because he's going to the Salton Sea Flying. So I think he may be pulling up any minute to the Salton Sea, if he's not already there. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So Craig Taylor's with us. Craig, how's things going over there on in your neck of the woods?
It's been very busy for me. I was lucky enough to run into a few of the guys that were traveling through the area. Ripman Riding, Never Trust Skinny Chef Shane, Yankee Paramotor, Trike Flyer, the boys from Fly My PPG and One Up Adventures with Allie, Jeff Dean and some of the other boys, and it was real nice to run into some of those guys and not have a fly-in, right? So it was not a fly-in. We just all happened to run into each other. So, but it's been a good time. I've been very busy, and the weather has been kind of hit or miss. So I hope Salton Sea is warm for the fellows going that way.
Oh, and, yeah.
Of course, I can't forget my good friend, Major Todd Scandrett. Also got a chance to run into him and some of the Resurgence alumni. So we love those guys.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool, man. So what the reason why he's been missing some of the episodes, because he's getting his training, and he's almost done with his training to have his commercial, or not commercial, but pilot's license, so that he can fly people around.
I'm going through my private pilot's license, and I can't forget, of course, the guys at X07. Jim CR120 is in the chat. He's actually interning and training at Lake Wales at Aviator to become an instructor. So that was really nice to see him too.
Really?
It was really cool.
That's awesome.
A lot of people around.
That is cool. Yeah, I saw you pop up in a couple videos, a couple other people's YouTube. You know, you follow them enough, and you see who's really fast on the editing. And
right.
Yeah, I sent you a picture. Saw you guys hanging out. Looked super fun. I'm excited because tomorrow I'll be heading to the Salton Sea Flying, so I'm excited about that.
That's going to be awesome. I hope you have a really good time.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty fun. I went last year. It was pretty exciting. I do want to talk a little bit about that in tonight's show, as looks like everybody's logged in now that's going to watch. Everybody else is driving to a fly-in somewhere. I'm glad that the weather's starting to change. Looks like Josh is actually there. Josh, Nebraska PPG. He is at the Salton Sea Flying, but there's really poor internet out there. So we'll see if he is going to be able to connect. let's talk a little bit about fly-ins. Now, again, I've been to one fly-in um, with motors. Okay, so I've been to a handful of free flight fly-ins, and those are fun. And you normally you're a part of some kind of organization for free flying, USHPA, and then you have the local chapters. The local chapter here is called the SD, San Diego Hang Gliding and Paragliding. Yeah, SDHGPA, oh, whatever it is. But anyways, they have some great things. By the way, if you haven't re-upped your USHPA stuff, make sure you do that. It's the new year. It's time to get signed up. You get some insurance, there's some benefits, but a lot of it has to do with the footwork that's getting done to preserve sites and take care of insurance logistics and, you know, working out property, landowner, all that confidential stuff that happens behind the scenes you don't really know about. They take care of all that. And there's obviously money involved. There's things that have to happen behind the scenes so that we can continue to fly in the places that we fly. So that also leads me to tell you, if you can join a group, find out who's flying, find out maybe you're one of those lone guys that you're by yourself, kind of just go and fly whatever. If you can join a group, try to find somebody. Maybe it's just a group chat or message group on like we have a Telegram chat. We connect on there, and then also, I mean, obviously there's Facebook groups, and you can probably connect on just about any of these platforms. But do that and be engaged with the flying community. I'll tell you what happened. We had a guy that showed up to a site right here in my backyard at Blossom. And he goes, yeah, he goes, a friend of mine told me to come and fly here. He's a free flight guy. He says, yeah, he goes, and he told me that this guy was talking to somebody else. I hadn't showed up yet. And he goes, yeah, Robert Michaels and this, that, and the other thing. And he goes, I watched some of his videos, and so I'm here. And the problem is the guy showed up with no helmet. And he also launched in like the kind of like the prime time of the day, the most dangerous part of the day. And it was kind of sketchy. So he launched, he got up and he did okay. And he ended up coming in and kind of side hill land crashing. And he did it a couple times. And everybody that was there was just like, oh gosh, come on, man, don't crash. Please don't wreck yourself. And flying kind of a newer wing but I took a lot of heat after that. I know there's a couple guys in the chat that were, I think, either heard about it or were there. And I'm like, man, don't just show up to a site and poach it, especially with the paramotoring. What I fear is going to be the demise of the future of our sport is rogue kind of crazies that are just going to fly and do whatever they want and poach sites, try to kick the cows and play around too low and places where they shouldn't be. And we have to really be careful. And I'll tell you why I say that. Europe has some really strict rules about ultralight aviation. Really, really strict. So, like, I'll give you an example. You have to get your unit inspected. It has to have a stamped serial number on it. And then I think you also have to have something on your wing to identify yourself like you're an airplane. And I guess if that all goes down, um, that's kind of terrifying to think that we could lose the freedoms that we have. How would that happen? Well, it would happen if we blew it and didn't watch out for one another. So there's this kind of camaraderie, especially in the free flight community, where we look out for each other. Every once in a while, you'll have somebody say, hey, I noticed there was a new person here flying this wing. Does anybody know who that was? And then we find out who it was. And then we usually reach out to them after they fly or if they land out or something like that. And we'll try to either make friends with them or try to encourage them. Hey, if you're going to be flying these sites, they're regulated, please join. USHPA or join the local club, and let's not get this place shut down. And so, anyways, we've got some things to pay attention to. And I think that's what puts some validity to the show and why we should be having these conversations. I know it's not the coolest thing. It's not the latest and greatest thing, tonight's show, but it's important that we have this conversation because the future of the sport's going to kind of rely on you and me, without a doubt. So let's talk a little bit about fly-ins. If you've been a part of a fly-in, and I want to just ask this question of the chat, and you can put your answer in the chat, and you guys can answer. What would you say is the most important thing that that you're going to bring with you to the fly-in? And obviously, I'm sure there's going to be a ton of people saying that it's their motor and their motor and wing. That's the most important thing. Oh, Mom just donated $20 to the super chat. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, that's very nice.
Linda's a good lady.
Yeah, she's a good mom. I think she's my favorite mom.
I think she probably should be.
Yeah, she's my favorite mom. My mom would right now, she would go, "Well, I'm your only mom." It's true. So maybe okay, food. I see the Ripman said bourbon. Okay. Yankee said whiskey. We can tell where Yankee and Ripman will be. I always question whether or not Jeremy liked this. He said, bring a great attitude and smile. I like that. Clothes. Thank you, Scott, for bringing clothes. Appreciate that. Nick Griffith said food. When I considered coming to the fly-in, I said, you know what? I really need to make sure that that I have everything that I want so that I can enjoy my time when I'm on the ground. Of course, we're going to fly. We're going to be at a fly-in. I didn't even have a motor or a wing last year. I think I brought an old beater wing and let the kids kite it and play around in the sand. But I think one of the most important things is to make sure that you're all dialed in physically, had enough sleep, and you're not all jacked up on some kind of I don't like the idea of flying and drinking or mixing alcohol with any of that. So I don't drink at all. Back in the day I did, but that's a long past. And I like my freedom. I would always end up in county jail for some reason. John Wayne donated $9.99, $10 to the super chat. Thank you, John Wayne. I appreciate that. What I wanted to mention just a little while ago, I wanted to mention that I'm getting a motor. And I think everything should fall into place at the fly-in. So stay tuned for the video. If you've never done this, maybe you're not one of the people that subscribes to things, you should subscribe and hit the bell. And the reason is because as soon as I get that video done, I'm going to drop it. If everything falls into place and I actually get a motor, because I'll believe it when I see it. If it actually happens and it comes to pass, I'm going to film it. And I have to say, over the last 3 years, I really appreciate everybody who's supporting the show and has made this dream of mine to be able to fly and, kick the bushes. It's not easy to come up with the money that it takes to get a motor. And I didn't want to just get some beater and some old beat up thing that's going to engine out every 5 seconds. I want one that's going to engine out only one every 5 flights. You know what I mean?
Did you see your son?
Kid in the background. Oh, hey, Dad, I'm going to ask for this back later. Why would you do that? Oh, my gosh. I need to beat that kid.
Every 50 flights, 1 in 50 would be a lot.
1 out of 50? Okay. Yeah. So having that said, oh, Tony Boyer. By the way, Tony Boyer is going to be coming to the flying. It looks like I'm going to send him an invite. If you're in the chat, your name's being put in the wheel for this giveaway. Cater No Man, he said, can't wait to see your new flat top. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, welcome. Glad you guys are here. Yeah, real quick, let me just give a shout to one of our sponsors, iFly Indiana Powered Paragliding. If you're interested in flying paramotors, no better place to get the proper training than iflyindiana.com. Kevin is the guy who runs the show over there. He has a great organization. Go check out his website, iflyindiana.com. Also, the show is brought to you by Lone Star Paramotor. If you're in the Lone Star state of Texas, you can reach out to Ron Turan, and he has a whole team of people that'll give you some world-class training. Those guys are awesome, and I've heard nothing but great things about their school. LoneStarParamotor.com is the website. We are going to spin a wheel here at the half-hour mark. Craig, you're loading them up? You're everybody who's chatting. I mean, it's starting to get off the tracks here.
I'm trying. I hope there's no judgment, because it's definitely not up to Sean standards. But
I didn't think of it until last second.
Yeah, I didn't have much warning, but I think I'm getting it under control. Couple more minutes.
You still have
I'm
8 minutes.
I'm double checking.
Okay. So here's what I wanted to talk about with the flying, what you can expect. Maybe you've never been to a flying. So we did camping. So I'm considering all my gear, a tent, air mattress, and I'm getting older, so I need, some little fluff. And probably my next internet begging will be so that everyone can buy me an RV, so that I don't have to sleep in a tent anymore. And I gotta have big goals. But tent, cooler, some food. A lot of people mentioned food in there. It sounds like people have forgot food. You get so fired up and you're so excited about to run to the field to go and fly, you forget some important things. One thing that I think is really important that you make sure that you have is a way for GPS to locate you. And I'll tell you what happened. One of our guys in our group was getting a little bit too low, and he ended up landing in kind of a weird place. And he ended up on his knees because he ate crap. We'll just say it like that. Now, when he landed, David Wolf said, second fuel cap. He donated $2. When you lose the first one, I got you. Thank you, David Wolf. I appreciate that. I like to keep the gas in the tank, and that cap is very important. He ended up crashing, and he was gone for a while. And we're farting around at the camp and walking, talking to people, and I was filming and chasing people around with my GoPro and just being funny or whatever. But I ended up getting into a situation where I realized, wait a second, we're missing a guy. It's been a while. And as I'm asking people as they're coming to land, they're like, hey, have you seen so-and-so? I'm like, I haven't seen him, man. I don't know where the heck he's at. And eventually he did come, and he had a great story to tell. He was able to figure out how to launch his glider back and get back to the place. But if you don't have some kind of a GPS locating thing, I have a Garmin InReach Mini, really low key. Once you start off your flight, you can ping that, and I do it for free flying all the time because you don't know where you're going to end up. And yeah, man, something that I think will get kind of left behind. Another thing that you can consider is something to charge your devices, especially for the free flight crew. I'm always thinking free flight. Charge your instruments, something to charge your phone with, and keep your batteries charged. So consider having that. And then something else that you can consider is getting your figuring out where you're going to be camping ahead of the fly, and maybe work with somebody and coordinate your spots, and consider I was thinking about, so I saw one of these fly-ins and they had this row of trees and they're pretty tall. And I noticed in Florida, there's a few places where people will fly and it looks like there's rows of trees. And I watched a video where a guy was flying behind the row of trees and he was in the rotor, but he didn't know it. And it wasn't until he got low and he was trying to do a foot drag or something like that next to the trees that he got hammered. Took about more than a 50% collapse, and he was only like 10 feet off the ground, and he went in really hard. So the thing that I got from that video was that he showed up to that fly-in, but he didn't talk to anybody. Had he talked to somebody there, um, they would have told him, "Hey, be careful, don't fly too close to the trees. That area is rotor." He may not have known. He's probably a newer guy, and some people are, you just bought a motor, you're fired up, you saw Tucker got flying around and you said, I want to do that. And you somehow sneaked through the system and you got your own gear and you're flying, but there's a lot of dangers. There's monsters lurking in the shadows in this sport. So you got to be ahead of it. And this goes for both motoring and free flight. When you show up to a fly-in, it's a great idea to talk to some people that have been there before and get some information about where the landing options are, landing where you might have motor outs, hazards to look for. You wake up in the morning and there's going to be a whole group of people and they're all going to say, yeah, we're going to go on a cross country. We're going to go fly and we're going to do a big triangle. You want to go? And everybody's, yeah, I want to go. And what happens is you get, there's dangers along the way. I'll give you one example is some high tension power lines, not just regular power lines, but those gigantic ones, the big arm ones. And they're out there where we're going to be flying. And you have to consider before you take off and before you head to the hills that there's some pretty wild things that you're going to come across. And so before you guys jump into the air, consider talking to people who have been a part of those fly-ins, know the places where you're going to, where everybody's going to be going, have a flight plan. And I would encourage you to buddy at least with one person. Um, I watched one of the guys, and I won't say who, but I watched him whipping around some pretty gnarly stuff. He was doing some pretty gnarly acro stuff. And I watched him. I was just staring off into nowhere. I didn't have a motor yet. I hadn't walked down to the Camp Josh in Nebraska yet. And so I was watching this guy fly, and he took off on his own, and I watched him fly super far away, just all by himself. And I thought to myself, in my mind, I actually thought it was Dell. So that's why I was kind of like, I wonder if that's him. And so, whatever, if you're going to take off and go for a long time, I encourage you to buddy up with somebody and consider bringing a radio, be on comms, because there's going to be a chance you're going to have a motor out. There's going to be a chance something's going to happen. And if you've got somebody with you, it's way better. So plans, most people come to a fly-in and they're not considering that they're going to have any plans. Let's just have as much fun as we possibly can squeeze into one day. Like right after the Salton Sea fly-in, they have this fly-in that's called the Flying Circus. You hear about that? So they've got everything.
Thing.
Yeah, they've got everything. And I actually really want to go. That's right up my alley. They've got,
awesome.
Yeah, they got fireworks. They've got, guys blowing up tannerite with ammunition and guns, and they've got giant bonfire in the night. They got flags. They got neon lights and the LED lights on everything, and it just looks like such a blast. But not every fly-in is the Wild West, and it doesn't have to be. And especially when you're dealing with airports and airspace. So these are things that we want to consider. Find out who's in charge of the fly-in. A lot of them are organized by one person. The Salton Sea is it used to be organized by one group, but now it's become kind of just like we're all just going to show up and have a good time. In that case, that's kind of a Wild West fly-in. Consider reaching out to friends. I apologize. I'm burping my food up. I ate before the show because I'm planning on trying to go to bed right after the show's over. Oh yeah, Josh Perry mentioned flamethrowers, cannonball bingo. Yes. Yeah, I need to be a part of that somehow. Nice. Burning Man of the paramotor world. Yeah. Yeah, I have to somehow become a part of that. I'm not sure how it's going to happen, but I'm going to make it happen. Anyways, we're at that half hour mark. We're going to give a paraglidingtalk.com hat. Craig Taylor got these made for us, and he got just a couple of them. This is one of the first batches. It is a beautiful flex fit hat. You're going to really like this. This particular hat is brand spanking new. Yeah. I was going to give away this hat until Craig Taylor got these. So anyways, if you're ready to spin the wheel of Winnie things, and I think I'm already set up with screen share. If you've been in the chat, your name's been plugged in. Craig wants to get off of work, so the spinny wheel of Winnie things.
All right. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If I did, y'all know where to go cry. So I'm kidding.
They're like, I want
Got y'all, unless you're just trying to come in. All right, let's see if this will work for us.
this is a really big deal for me because I actually don't want to give away this hat because I like it so much.
Okay.
But I'm going to give it away tonight.
You got me there?
Nice. I got it. Yeah, this is great.
I don't know how the wheel's set up. Like I said.
Oh, it might just spin really fast and come to the...
I have
Okay.
no idea. So
all right, let's let it rip.
Let it rip, and what you get is what you get.
We might be here for the next 30 minutes waiting for this thing to stop.
Yeah.
Nope.
No way. Nebraska paramotor winner chicken dinner.
I guess you can save the shipping on that one.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, congratulations, Josh Bowden. You are the winner chicken dinner. Yeah, I think I can see Josh wearing this. Representing paraglidingtalk.com.
Oh, and he'll love it up.
Yeah.
Hey. I was watching the stream. He didn't even put me on the wheel.
Oh. We got a crier right here, Craig Taylor.
I told you where to go cry.
Yeah.
He didn't put me on the wheel.
You're in there, Tabe. You're in there, Tabe, and
Send that to the
yeah, here.
I'll screenshot it to your dad. You were in there, Taven.
Well, you can put it in the recommendation box.
Mm-hmm.
I did see Taven in there earlier. He's in there.
Yeah. All right.
That's what he gets for asking for the money back.
That's right. Yeah, because he donated 5 and he's going to ask for 10.
No, I'm only going to get 3 because of the YouTube algorithm. That's what Greg Couch said.
That is true. Yeah. So if you have questions or anything that you wanted to discuss, I did say there was an open topic. So since we're at that half hour mark, yeah, complaints at paraglidingtalk.com. Chad bashed it. Chad B. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Chad Bash. Yes, sir.
An idea for a video for your podcast.
Yeah.
Reading mean comments.
Reading mean comments. That is a great idea, actually.
You know?
I've got actually thought about doing that. I have that main video, that Cascade video over Palomar. All the local people, they call it Welcome to Palomar.
Isn't it something how the crash videos get all the views?
Yeah.
I mean,
that one.
I put out videos for my family and they'll get 30, maybe 50 views. I've got one crash video. It's like 170,000 views.
No
kidding.
It's like,
yeah. It's like people love to see people crash.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that one. I didn't know you had a crash video. Yeah. You'll have to share
my
with
very
us.
first flight number 1.
No kidding. Did you break stuff?
Oh yeah, tore things up. That's the video. It's called "How to Ruin a Paramotor in like 3 minutes, I think, or something. But yeah, it was bad.
Were
Yeah.
you were at a training facility, or was this
No, I
backyard
trained.
training?
Well, I trained to foot launch, got hurt, and for a long time went and bought a quad and tried to get a hold of my teacher, and he couldn't get me in. So I waited and I waited and brilliant me, I thought, well, I can go ahead and do this. So I got it going and I made a few left turns and I went to make a right turn and I thought I was higher than I was. And
Oh
I drilled it
man.
in pretty good. So broke the
Yeah.
prop and tore up the cage a little bit. And yeah, 3 minutes in, it cost $400. So I could have rented a good airplane for that much time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so don't do that. Don't do what I did.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of schools that use that as a training video. Don't do this.
Yeah. Join
And
us.
kind of something I was going to say about the fly-ins too is a lot of people go to those and you'll always see one guy being the show off. And the last one I was at, there was a whole bunch of probably 50 of us on the ground. One guy took off, and when he was up there, nobody else launched because they didn't want to be anywhere around him.
Oh
So
no.
don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Everybody's there to have fun, and they're not impressed with what you can do, no matter how good you think you are. Somebody's always going to be better. So
Yeah.
have fun.
Unless you do that infinite tumble. If I see that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's impressive.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Gyro Jeffer said, I need a hat for my balding head. Spin the spinny thingy. Yep, you missed it, Gyro. Your name could have been in there too. Yeah. Well, Craig, you're muted. What? Say that again.
I said, yeah, Gyro was in there.
Yeah, he is in there. You had your chance.
He's a hat guy.
Yeah, we may actually do some more of those hats. I like that. We'll talk afterwards, Craig. Maybe we'll get the show. I have a confession to make. I have spent all of the money. Hey, it's my sister-in-law. SIL. I have a confession. I spent all the show money on a paramotor.
Good.
Just saying.
We're not surprised.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah. All of the show money, every penny of it. I'm short, so I had to actually borrow money from my wife.
So we're not even going to give away stickers next week, are we?
Yeah, nothing. Nobody gets nothing. We'll give away other people's stuff. I'll get Ryan Roberts to give away some stuff. Yeah, Ryan Roberts.
PPG Smokey, you can get him back on here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's due for a show for sure because he keeps dodging because he had a baby. He's busy. He's working on this and with headsets and all that stuff. But he's gonna come on soon. Stay tuned. Yes. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited. We're supposed to meet out there at the Salton Sea and put my gear together and do some flying shenanigans. Tony Boyer, are you there? It says Karina.
Oh, you better believe it. Yeah, I'm using her computer right now.
I knew it.
That's right, boy.
Here, let's see. I can change your name here. Let's do this. Go to here. How do I do it?
Salton Sea. We're gonna go out there or whatever.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to fly paramotors again.
I think it's amazing.
Huh.
I used to be able to change people's names. I guess I can't do that anymore.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's all right.
Where's your video?
Do you not have video?
What's
wrong with you?
I do, but I'm just decimating this chicken fry right now.
You're
I figured I'd
eating.
spare you guys that visual for the moment.
I do appreciate that. Yes, Sandor
I'm looking out for you, man.
Rendeski. He said, "What? Robert has his motor. I don't have it yet, but the dream is coming very soon, I believe." Yeah. So I appreciate all you guys. You guys are pretty awesome. All the super
Shondor's
chats.
not flying tonight.
Shondor
Sorry.
Randeski, right?
Yeah. I don't think he's flying tonight. I think he's going to have some snow in his backyard.
Where I heard Florida froze over last night.
Yeah, Illinois is getting hammered right now, so
Wow. That's fine.
yeah, good for you, California guys.
Well, we couldn't fly I missed, I think 3 weeks. They were all high pressure days. It was no good. And then I had to go to work. So every time I look out the
I
window,
tried one time this week. It was 26 degrees, had a pretty wicked crosswind, and I failed 2 launches. And it's like, okay, this is stupid. I'm going.
you
It's
put it
just
away.
like, it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just put it away. It's like it wasn't
Yeah.
happening. So you got the big bulky gloves and the coat, and it
Yeah.
just, you have no feeling, and it's not fun.
Yeah. By the way, Mike, I appreciate you coming on kind of last minute. I didn't tell Mike that he was going to be on, but I knew that I was going to need some help. And Mike has been a part of the show from the very beginning. He was, I think he was one of the first like 4 or 5 people that logged on to the first show. And he didn't realize it, but there was a huge hole for moderation needs. So I can't remember the discussion that we had, but he had brought some good stuff to the table. And so I put a tool next to his name, and he's been a moderator, and he's usually low key. He doesn't always come on the show, but he's always moderating, always watching and keeping it clean for everybody. So appreciate you, Mike. Thank you for
Well, thank
coming
you.
on tonight. Really
I
appreciate
it.
that.
I got a face for radio, so I really shouldn't be on this screen, but I'll do it, you know.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Face for radio, voice of a mime. That's the way I always see it. So
Yeah.
that's okay.
Ooh, I like that one.
Shondor. Shondor donated $25. Robert's Paramotor Farm, and yep, it's like Shondor, and you nailed the last name. Cool. Well, thank you for that contribution. I really appreciate that, and that money will be going back to my wife for the loan that I took out. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Hey, Resurgence PPG is in the chat. Justin Schoen, I will donate $20 to the show if you leave a deuce in John's art. You know, Justin, I'm going to make that happen. I will make that happen. Yeah. Rokon, Montana. From what I experienced in Boozman, not the best training they want you to do for PG before your PPG, and as a lot of hiking. Yeah, in the beginning, free flight, you've got to do quite a bit of hiking, and it's not for the lack of good air. It's more because you are not able to catch the thermals, so you're going to take a sledder. It just happens. Okay, Paul Elwood asked this question. He said, fly-ins, do they have a pilot meeting sometime the day for traffic direction? Yes, take off and get out of the landing, takeoff area, but anything else? Great question. So there are certain fly-ins that are very organized. I watched, what's that fly-in that they have a giant meeting in the mornings? Is that not Endless Foot Drag, but I think it's the...
Is it Bad Apples?
It might be. I know that the real big one, Oshkosh, has a huge meeting. That's because there's so much. Yeah. There's general aviation in there, but I'm not sure which one. Bad Apples, or maybe you guys can tell me if you've been to one. Do they have that meeting? Yeah. So, anyways, I think it's a great idea to have a meeting and discuss that very thing. Launch direction. Like, can you imagine an airport where airplanes just decided they're going to go whatever direction they want to? That would be insane. Well, that potentially can happen at the Salton Sea Flying because it's a giant beach. I mean, it's huge. And so people are flying. They're all over the place. You've got guys with big streamers following behind them. There's people launching from every direction. You have an idea of what direction you're going to launch because of the wind direction, but you really don't know. So your head's on a swivel the whole time. And I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people there this weekend because it's really nice weather. And a lot of people just don't have work still. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to go out there and we're going to have a blast. Isn't that right, Tony Boyer.
That is right.
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct. I'm hoping. I'll be getting there later than I'd like, but I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
You'll be there for the evening glass off.
Yeah, for sure. And then I'm going to try to stick around until Saturday and go rip around with you guys on Saturday.
Yeah, just bring a sleeping bag. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of places to sleep.
Dude, I'll either, if I can't crash out in Randy's his camper,
Uh-huh.
then I'm just gonna blaze into India or something and get a hotel and watch some TV.
Yeah.
Drive out in the morning.
Yeah,
It's only
30
about a
minutes
half
away.
hour away, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, if you really put the
Yeah.
pedal to the metal, you can probably
That's
get there in
nothing.
about 20. Yeah. Yeah, so
Sure. I got that.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna put the pedal to the metal with that thrust tester in the back of my truck.
Yes, Josh Bowden will be expecting that. So Josh, just a heads up, we're not going to have the thrust tester to do the break-in on my motor. So we'll just use my back.
Unless you want me to bring it over tonight and strap it on your rig.
I could do that actually. I'll talk to
have you
Josh
come
after the
over.
show. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after the show. I don't
Saddled
want to.
with some responsibility.
So, so you guys know, I know the show seems a little scattered, and it's because it is. And the reason why it is because I didn't think I was going to have a show because my computer crashed, and I didn't get it back up and running. It took me 2 days to figure out what happened, and I got it dialed in. It wasn't a virus or anything like that. It was just I was dumb, and I tried to do an update when my computer was too full and there was no space for it. And then once I went to remove it, it didn't remove. And then it was kept on trying to load with the new software. And every time it would get to that part, it would crash and then it would just start over. And Apple's not responding. And the person that I went on the chat with to try to fix it must have had like the worst dial up in the world because every answer that they had took about 5 minutes. And they couldn't help me, couldn't figure it out. And then the Apple store is not taking appointments. And if they're working on your stuff, it's taking 4 weeks right now. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm not having a show. I don't know how that's going to work. And then I got home from work. I came in here and miraculously was able to get it back because of some little vlogger that, whatever those, he put a post and he had the same exact thing that happened to him. And he wrote on the forum how he fixed it. It was amazing. So whoever that guy is, man, I want to high five him. Resurgence PPG, who is a veteran pilot that a new pilot should hang out with to realize they have been accepted into the community. Who is a veteran pilot that a new pilot should? Yeah, that's a good thought. If out of flying, just plan for everyone to be trying to kill you. If you've ever ridden a motorcycle, that's a mentality that you have. Like everyone is trying to kill you on the motorcycle. So your head's on a swivel. You're always, it's defensive driving. You're always on the defense, always looking for what's going to happen. Same thing at fly-ins. Consider that everywhere you go is potential. There's hazards everywhere. And so a lot of times what's important is to get up, get out, and go fly somewhere else. And you'll find that there are some guys, we'll call them air justice police. You'll come in and land and they'll come visit you and say, hey guy, don't hang out here. And I think that's cool. Nobody's trying to start fights, but if you're the new guy, be open to someone's suggestions and be open to people telling you what to do. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was actually flying around in a circle kind of with a group of people. They were all kind of just flying in a circle. So we were all waiting. I didn't realize the 2 other guys were waiting for someone else to launch. And so I just joined them and I was just flying with them and nobody said anything. Everything was cool. We weren't bothering anybody. But looking back, everybody was flying around right above launch. Why would you do that? Now, unless you got up super high, then no problem, right? But if people are waiting for you, they can't launch because you're flying around right where they're going to be trying to launch into. That's a problem. Same thing on the free flight fly-ins. You don't launch and then hang out in front of the launch, right? I do that at Blossom just because it's my backyard. Tony does it just because he's Tony. He can do whatever he wants. But reality is, consider your neighbors, consider your flying family before you go out there and cause a ruckus. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Hazards, lee side, stuff like that. We got to be thinking about that. Yeah, bring your GPS. Make sure that you've got enough sleep. You're yeah. What else? Am I missing anything? We're
Stay
almost out of time.
hydrated. It's real easy to forget to drink. You gotta water, not alcohol always.
Yeah.
Alcohol will dry you out. So
Yep. Salty hamburgers to dry you
Yeah.
out too.
yeah. A lot of salty food at fly-ins usually.
Yeah.
I think it is just like anything else, camping trip with the wife and kids, family vacation, whatever it is. You always think and think and think and try to remember all the stuff you're going to need. And when you get there, you don't need a single thing that you remembered and everything that you didn't.
Yeah. Yep. It's true. Chairs. Bring some folding chairs. Don't forget those.
You know, ones that lay back so you can watch everybody without.
Oh, that's a good
straining your
idea.
neck.
That is a good idea.
Sun chairs. Yeah. Is that a thing still?
Like
People
that.
still have those? In the 80s, it was all about those. Remember those the little plastic strings and it'd be a million of them?
Yeah.
They were-
Oh,
they were
yeah,
super
those
small.
things are amazing.
Yeah. And you kind of melt
It's like
into
they were
them.
made out of straws.
Yeah.
No,
The problem was in Arizona, though, they would get one summer and they would be all melted and like hanging super low. Yeah, they don't make those anymore. Yeah.
So,
They would
do you
turn-
remember the ones that they look like the ripstop material for the wing, but they're open at one end. You just like flip them like a trash bag and catch the air, and then they seal.
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jim has those at he brings them out to Tori all the time.
Yeah.
Jim.
Still have
Yeah, those
those?
are a trip.
Yeah. Those things are cool. That'd be perfect, actually.
Sand, yeah.
Todd Sandra actually brings up a good point. Bring shade.
Mm,
Ew.
yeah, I will definitely be bringing shade. I brought it last year, and that was a key to my joy and happiness. It's gonna be warm out there, so I think it's gonna be 75 both days. I'm really excited about that. 75.
75 sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
It's gonna be 4 degrees tonight where I'm at.
4?
4. Yeah. And by the weekend it's gonna be negative. So yeah.
Oh my word.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
brutal.
I don't fly in that weather. I can try to tough it out a little bit, but I stop before it gets that cold.
There was frost on the airplanes this morning. We had to actually scrape it off.
For your training?
I'm in Florida right now, so
How
that's a
many-
little bit odd.
How many hours do you have now?
I was just gonna ask that. Yeah.
I'm at 44 and 0.3 or something.
Do you
So I'm ready to solo, and because of my prosthetic, I was deferred by the air medical examiner to the FAA so they could do a medical flight test to check me and make sure that I'm sufficiently capable of operating an aircraft. And
Nice.
I was lucky enough to get that today with a fantastic FAA representative, and did the medical flight test and am cleared for that. Now I've got to wait for a letter that says that I was approved.
Nice.
Cool.
I'm
Good.
stoked, man. As soon as you get that, you have to fly straight over here and pick me up.
I'm hoping that I'll be able to advance in classes to maybe get into an airplane that might allow for that.
That'd be awesome, man. I was joking, but that would be cool. Come to San Diego and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to San Diego.
We'll
Fly.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Might be cheaper on JetBlue, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Don't do United. They'll give you a beating.
could maybe
Soloing in an airplane was scarier than anything I've ever done on a paramotor, but it is awesome. You'll love it. It's scary though, first time.
it's very humbling. I will admit that it's put me in check for sure. Flying bed sheets and butt fans and then going to fixed wings is extremely humbling.
Coming in for a landing, everything seems to happen faster. And you've got to be so precise. I mean, you can't go 30 or 40 feet to the left or right. You got to go right down that center line. You know, your people are always watching you.
I haven't gotten a day without at least a 4 or 5 knot crosswind. So when it is a nice calm day, I think it's going to be probably scary.
You'll do fine.
I train not to fly in calm weather, I guess.
There you go. You ever calm day, it's going to be gravy. It's going to be awesome.
Be like, oh my God, this is great.
This is so easy now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Salton Sea flying, Robert, I'm sure you have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fired up, man.
Tony,
You ready to fly?
How's your back?
Not the best, but I did fly today at Anthony Vella's, so I'm doing pretty good.
Where are you guys at?
We are in New Mexico.
So you're about 10 hours away still?
About 8.5, 9. Someone shot a cop, so we had an hour and a half like sitting there waiting on that to get fixed up.
Whoa. Weird. Where's that at?
In New Mexico, they shut the whole freaking highway down, dude.
Wow.
We sat there forever. And then I just had to change the fuel filter in my truck because we were having a problem of only getting the lower horsepower, barely moves the truck, let alone the trailer.
Brutal. By the way, just a couple quick shout outs for sponsors, and then we're going to go to the after show. This show is brought to you by Torrey Pines Glider Port. If you want to learn how to free fly, the website is flytorrey.com, and all kinds of great training and trainers there, Torrey Pines. Go check out their website. Also, the show is brought to you by Resurgence PPG. If you're interested in supporting our men and women of uniform, you can make a tax-deductible donation to resurgenceppg.com. By donating, you're sponsoring those who put their lives on the line for your freedom. So you can reach out to Todd Scandrett if you want to help out in that arena, that capacity. Resurgence PPG is an awesome organization, and so really appreciate what they're doing. Go support them if you can, and happy flying. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the show. Craig Taylor, thank you for your moderation. Mike Sill and Karina, thank you.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for giving me a chance to load the wheel for Sean.
Yeah, Sean, thank you for doing Sean's job. Nick, please tell Sean we
he's sitting here
from.
beside me. He's sitting right beside me. I'd have been on here earlier. I forgot it. The time zone got me all screwed up, man.
Oh, no worries, man.
I'm used to like the normal time. I wanted to be on when you guys started, and it was like I was surprised what time it was. I just got done sitting at a gas station changing a fuel filter in his truck, which is climbing underneath the fender and no fun.
worries at all. I'll see you guys soon, and we're gonna probably be at the south end of the camping zone, so that's where we were last year. So look for me there. And awesome, Dustin T. Meyer, are you gonna be there? Are you gonna be at the Salton Sea? He was there last year. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being a part of the show. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but yeah, if you want to be a part of the after show, I'm not going to be around for very long, but you can join. Drop a link, drop your email in the chat, and then I'll send you an invite. and the rest is history. So if I don't see you on the air,